What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Boo Bro Podcast. I am here with many Boo Bros, as you can see. I think this is the most we've ever gotten on a podcast. Most we've probably ever gotten in both real life and virtual life. Right here. We got Chris from ZombieChris.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We got Adrian, my co-host from Losh TV.
Hello.
We got Eddie from Eddytainment.
What's up, y'all?
We got Sammy from the Nights of Horror.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
We got Connor from Connor, Florida.
Hello.
And we got Rob from the Howling Hour.
You know, I was really worried that you were about to say Rob from the Nights of Horror, and I was getting so prepared to correct you.
I mean, technically, I am still from the Nights of Horror as well.
You know, it's Rob from On the Fence Movie Reviews.
I mean,
I was gonna say, like, did you sign a contract?
He's in a lot of things, man. He's involved with as much things as I am. Shit.
I thought we were here talking about movies, guys.
Oh yeah.
Where's
What
Danny
is the
at?
topic?
Get Danny on this podcast right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him up right now.
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing better. He's doing better. Yeah, he's getting ready to move.
Big shout out to Danny. Get better, dude. Full recovery, man. Well, I'm hoping for it. What's on the itinerary for today, Mr. Adrian Losh?
Adrian Losh. Well, I'm sorry that I want to apologize that I wasn't on the last Boo Bros podcast. It's not because I feel like I'm too good for you guys, Tony, for saying things that are not true. Okay, yes, I listened to the entire thing.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well,
you
I'm
edited the thing. Did
I'm
you
like
not
up
listen
here
back?
right now, so.
Okay. Well, last time I really enjoyed the podcast. I just want that to be known. If you guys haven't checked out that last podcast, please go ahead and do so. Also, since that podcast, we have reached 150 subscribers. So I want to say thank you to everyone because the response we're getting is mind-blowing, and I am just beyond happy. And I know everyone else is here as well. So let's give ourselves a big round of applause for doing so good, guys. Let's do it.
Sure.
Or a pat on the back?
I mean, look at we dressed up tonight, you know.
Yeah,
Eddie's wearing his standard Eddytainment stuff that you see him wear at haunts. You know, you got Chris with his, signature hoodie. You got Connor with a jersey and his signature beanie. I don't know why Sammy's wearing a trash team, but he is. You got Rob with his beautiful Slytherin robe and wand.
Yeah, what are you wearing underneath?
Whoa. Well,
Okay, this just took an
you
unexpected
must
turn.
know it is a Joker shirt.
Joker,
solid.
yeah! And we got Adrian with his beautiful glasses.
Yes.
I was gonna say,
You just mentioned the glasses.
I have a Freddie and Jason shirt on it.
Oh, that's a nice shirt.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh,
And then there's
shoot.
me.
But who's the real winner out of the two?
Out
Out
of the
of-
two of who?
Freddie and Jason.
Jason.
No one.
Jason.
No one wins.
Jason.
We are the winners.
The audience.
I would say Jason.
I'm gonna go with the catch line that they use in Alien vs Predator. Whoever wins, we die.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to note the bit of contention we have here because Sammy's on this podcast wearing an Angels hat and Tony's on this podcast wearing a Dodgers shirt.
Different, but different. It's different leagues. I mean, different
Doesn't matter.
National
When it comes
League.
down to the World
Conference.
Series, it's 1v1.
It's true.
Well, I don't think the Angels are going to be anywhere near that.
Yeah, that's
But-
true. They probably won't for
Calm down over there. Are you a Orioles fan?
2020
We don't have to talk about that.
MLB
We don't have to
World
bring that
Series
up.
champions,
There they are.
the Los
There's the
Angeles
boys.
Dodgers. We're coming
Wait,
for 2021's title too.
What are we talking about today?
We're
That's what
talking
I'm
about
saying. Thank you.
baseball.
Hold on. Wait, no. We're not talking about baseball. We're not talking about sports. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I get on the podcast. We never have a topic. And I'm sorry. But what's on the itinerary is more or less haunts. We're the Boo Bros. We're going to talk about haunts. So let's start with a little tweet that came out today from Mr. John Murdy. Does anyone have that tweet pulled up?
It says the monsters never.
I guess that's a no.
Something.
Is that what it says, huh?
I swear we are professionals.
It's like the monsters.
Yeah, I didn't even think
If you
to
don't
pull-
have a
pull
little
the
fun in
tweet.
your podcast, then no one's gonna have fun either.
I will acquire the tweet.
Isn't it
Well,
like
in the
I already beat
meantime,
you.
we have
I already beat you.
plenty of St. Patrick's haunts that are coming up, and we've covered a ton of them on the Boo Bros channel. Make sure to check those out.
Look at Eddie.
Monster
Ooh, yeah.
always.
That was a really
survives.
well placed plug. Very, very good.
He's a professional.
He is a
He
professional.
knows what he's doing.
Eddie's
We don't
going to
know
get
it.
us that sponsorship money.
So Ashley's
And
Furniture,
then
if you're
Ashley's
watching.
first.
Oh, geez.
The monster always survives with a gif of Frankenstein's monster is the tweet.
So I think it's very convenient that this tweet came out the same day that they started Taste of Universal over in Hollywood.
He knew, man. The guy knows. He's
What
not
do you guys
stupid.
think? What do you guys think?
He knew. He knew that the minute they went into the park and the news of California theme parks opening up as early as this Saturday, that people were going to start taking pictures, start filming construction for HHN. I think he was waiting for the right time to actually fully announce something. And it's not even really an announcement. It's more of a tease. It's something that he's been kind of doing the last year of the monster always survives. HHN's not dead, really, you know. So I think he's teasing something that I personally think he's had meetings within the last week or two. Maybe Universal hit him up, be like, hey, listen, so this is the plan. We're going to open the park this day and all that. Taste of Universal is going to be happening. You know people are going to see probably some maze stuff, so you know stuff is going to start going. We want to let you know that the event is about, I would say at this point, 75% for sure going to be happening right now. And I can only tell you, I'll give you a bigger percentage as we get closer and closer when the actual parks open to see how they operate with COVID guidelines on that. But I think he's teasing to get fans kind of hyped because it's looking good.
That sounds like a bride's announcement to me.
Yeah, it's so funny because literally my first reaction when I saw that tweet was like, oh, it's like they're teasing the bride of Frankenstein Lives, because that was the story of the house here was like the brides were resurrecting Frankenstein and they used the Frankenstein gift, but then I realized I'm like, it's probably about the event as a whole. And that might just be a coincidence.
I'm
Or a double entendre.
Yeah, it
We're
could
gonna-
be like
Get those dogs.
Yeah. That's
we're
the
gonna
thing.
I can tell you this, Hollywood West Coast is gonna lose their shit when you get that one tweet that says, by the prickling of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
Oh,
That's
man.
true.
And
It's
that's when
coming
you know,
soon.
man,
It's
that's
coming.
even more exciting than the Marvel Studios intro, man. You're just like, oh man, announcement time. Cue the Marvel Studios intro.
I hope,
The only thing that is more exciting than that is being Eddytained. I'm just saying.
Let me ask the
yourself.
Have you been at Eddytained?
West
All
Coast
right.
guys. Do you think the other parks are waiting for like who's going to make the first haunt announcement? Like once, let's say if John Murdy, does the announcement of something, do you think then like not Scary Farm will follow, or is
I
everyone
personally
kind of just
think
waiting?
I personally think the parks right now, their main focus in California is just to open. I know Knott's came out with an announcement saying in May they're going to open. I think May, what was it, 17th, gentlemen?
I don't think
Yeah.
they put a date on it.
I know it was May.
That's what I
because
saw.
They want to do their tasting event, and then they're gonna need a few weeks to train their employees about disinfecting guidelines, whatnot. So I really think, I don't think it's a matter of one haunt waiting for another. I think it's a matter of let's open our parks, let's see how we do for the summer, or not even the summer, just let's see how we do for the first month, and then we'll start going from there. Knott's typically likes to do an announcement event where they just announce everything all at once, of everything that's returning and the new stuff that's coming. For those of you who guys know, audience wise, Sammy and I we hosted a live stream last year covering that event. So it's something that we do here on the Nights of Horror. We just love to cover that, and we might even bring it to Boo Bros because so you guys get the groundbreaking news the same time we do. But yeah, they typically do an event, whereas Horror Nights will do a more social media approach and they announce in the coming months leading up to the event. So
And SeaWorld was actually the first, I believe, to
Yep.
put it out there that they are doing a haunt event
On
with
the West Coast,
mazes
yeah.
and scare zones on the West Coast.
I know Eddie and I are looking forward
yeah.
to that one, right, Eddie?
I think to kind of go off of what Anthony is saying, the larger parks are probably always going to be the last ones to make these major announcements because they don't need to be the first ones. They're the bigger parks. So I think like Universal and Disney will wait to see how things go, while some of the smaller parks are going to go off the hype and try to make the announcements a little bit sooner, like SeaWorld did with their Howl-O-Scream.
Yeah, and probably Six Flags will probably be next.
Yeah.
Well, I also think they're like kind of what Anthony was saying. I think right now they've kind of for the next month they kind of have their food. Most of the parks have their food tasting events, so I really don't think they want to, kind of take away from that and be like, hey, everyone, look, we're going to start announcing all these other events to come. I think they just want to get through these food tastings. That's kind of what Knott's was saying today. They want to get through these food tastings and then the training, and then then I guess it would be start to plan further events because, like Anthony was saying, I think obviously Knott's would have to start building kind of in a month or two, but they don't really make their announcements. So I think it's like late August as far as mazes and stuff.
But then again, too, Rob, you got to remember like they already have 4 or 5 already pre-built.
Right.
So they just sit in warehouses all year round. They
Right.
just tweak them up, dust them off,
and then throw them out there.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt so early, but I do gotta head out. I got guests upstairs and I'm already getting called away. But if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the Booze Bros. Boo Bros, god damn it, why do I always say it wrong? Boo Bros, make sure to subscribe to the Boo Bros. All these guys in this current video and the ones that haven't been able to make it are amazing. Love all these dudes.
Don't forget
all
to
you guys
ask
for the support that you've
yourself.
been giving us. I gotta go, but Boo Bros are amazing. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
And don't forget to ask yourselves.
Goodbye, Eddie.
Have you been
entertained?
Eddytained?
We've all
Love
been
all you
Eddytained.
guys. I'll see you guys later. All right.
Eddytained.
Hey, I expect those outros sent to me soon so I could use them on my video. All right.
You got it, boss.
You got a deal.
All right, guys. Love you guys, man.
I love that man. He's such a
So-
kind man. I love him.
But I have an input on this Knott's thing. I think what they're waiting for at the end of the day is I think they're trying to open their parks, and then they're gonna have to have a meeting of can we put on a full event realistically under whatever tier they're gonna anticipate being under, and is it gonna be financially worth it? Because you have to think about it this way. So let's just say they're at one of the tiers where you're at like 35%. Is it worth it to have 35% capacity and do 9 mazes at Knott's and 4 scare zones and hire 1,000 monsters? I don't know if it's worth it. Or is it more worth it to go, let's cut it back, let's do 3 or 4 mazes and make it a separate tasting event in the evening, so that way we can still bring in people to eat, and that's going to bring in a revenue stream, but they're also, we can hire on monsters to scare in a couple areas.
That's something I can see happening in a lot of haunts. Them doing like a tasting event during the day and then also opening up a house or two, similar to how they did HHN Light in Orlando. Kind of bringing everything together. Letting everyone get a little bit of a happy medium and also accompanying for the capacity. Because if you have those houses open, you can kind of add that into the capacity as well. Because if I'm not mistaken, it takes in for everyone that's going through an attraction. If I'm not mistaken, that's how the capacity works for the theme parks.
Yeah.
So if you add the walk-through attractions, it also adds to the capacity. So they can do both those things and be able to run all of their attractions and have those houses open. Well, mazes open.
Well, on the topic of obviously horror nights and haunts, whatnot, in California. Some good news that we saw today, other than the Waterworld queue, we saw that the Mummy queue is still up and active, which was rumored to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a fan favorite at the event all around, an IP that returns over and over again every year, but it's a fan favorite, like I said. Now here's a question to my West Coast brothers. What do you guys think is going to be here? Do you think it's still going to be TCM? Do you think it's going to be something else? Or do you think they're going to use this to promote potentially what's supposed to come out this year, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film?
Yeah, it's kind of, obviously it's hard to say, but I feel like whatever they had planned, I don't think they're going to do anything too crazy as far as changing up stuff from last year. I think whatever they had planned from last year, they're probably just going to bring it over to this year, especially if it's still kind of up in the air if we're getting a full event or, you know, a light event. So, but if they had, you know, especially with the movie coming out, if they had, you know, Texas Chainsaw coming out, I can see that being there. Also, I still feel like, and I haven't mentioned this before, but I thought about it the other day. I mean, is Walking Dead just kind of off the table because that was supposed to come back. That was like the first thing they announced last year, like early, like in March, I think it was. So I don't know. I feel like that could come back too.
Well, I mean, because there's something to talk about with Walking Dead.
Okay.
But before we do go on to that, East Coast guys, do you guys have anything you want to add to TCM?
Yeah, I think, well, it's rumored for here as well. And I think to answer your question about what I think it'll be, I think it'll naturally be promotion for the new movie, like you said. But I don't think the maze will be based on the new movie. I've seen all kinds of rumors about what it could be, ranging from like they're doing the original again to it's Texas Chainsaw 3D to it's like an original based in the universe. So I have no idea what it's going to be. But I would like to see them kind of use characters from the franchise and kind of make their own little thing with it.
So like what they did with Hollywood in 2016 when they did the
like the Blood Brothers or something like that.
Yeah. And
well, that was loosely based, but that Blood Brothers maze was loosely based. It was mostly based off Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, right?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
I would love to see some characters from Texas Chainsaw 2 appear in the maze because I think that movie is amazing. I think it's hilarious.
It's a cult classic. I mean,
it's so funny.
Yeah.
I just want to go to the maze and watch him doing circles. That's all I want to watch.
Like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Imagine he has his own little section at the exit of the maze where he's just doing circles all night.
Yeah. Oh God, I feel bad for that actor.
That would be horrible. It'd be horrible.
That'd be pretty.
The whole night. It's the whole night.
And didn't Orlando do something similar to that? I'm gonna ask because we're all kind of historians here, especially ZombieChris has been going for a long time, and Losh has his HHN history series on his channel. Plug.
And I just watch them all.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. When Leatherface appeared at HHN 17 here, wasn't that kind of the same thing? Wasn't it? Was it really based on a movie entirely, or was it just like the Leatherface character?
I think it was based upon just Leatherface.
Yeah, I think it was just based on himself.
Yeah.
I can do some quick research if you guys like while we're talking. If you want to keep discussing, we can see.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited to see. It seems like that, because my biggest thing too was while the parks were closed, you know, it's been raining. There's been, you know, the weathers, winds, and whatnot. How they have been keeping it kind of protective, and it's clearly shown with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They threw a giant tarp over the ending of it, and a tarp in the facade area, and then the giant tent that they have surrounding it was covering the rest of the maze. So it's cool to see they took measures during COVID to protect the mazes, whatnot. When the weather was calling for it, you know.
And that's not a normal practice, right? I mean, normally.
No, I've never seen that ever. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. So, obviously, this was done because it looks like these mazes have just stayed there since COVID, and it looks like it's just they were, like I said, just taking their safety measures to, according to the weather. You know, lately in the last couple of months, it rained a couple times. It rained Wednesday. So I'd imagine they don't want their interiors, their wood. You don't want that wood to rot.
Yeah, I'm sure all the stuff inside is like wrapped up as well.
Yeah, probably wrapped up, and obviously I think the only thing they would probably have to do is make sure all sound is working right, unless they've gotten that far with lighting and sound, and then maybe retouch up some stuff with painting. But I think that'd be about it.
Have you guys ever been to the event when it was raining?
It never, in the years I've gone, or the days I've gone, because I didn't start going multiple times until I think 2018. But the years that I've gone, the only problems I've ever had is there'd be some nights where it was really hot, but it's never rained.
That's crazy.
I
Just
think
wait
it
till
was.
the first time you come to
It
Orlando.
rained. It did rain one night.
Yeah,
at Horror
I've seen
Nights.
those videos.
It did rain one night at Horror Nights. I think in 2019. But like as far as when I've gone, it's never rained. But it did rain one night in 2019, and all the people that were there, they actually recomped them to come back for the last closing weekend, because it was pretty.
Really?
It was relatively early in the night, so
That's so wild, dude.
Yeah, here on the East Coast, they're like,
On the ticket, it literally says there's a no
"You're
rain
out of
check
luck."
policy.
well, but it's different with
Like-
you guys though, because your weather is so like it's funky. Like it one
Yeah,
day,
but it
It's
also
erratic.
destroys half of the event too, because when it starts raining, at least here, the houses are still open, but all the scare actors are gone out of the zone, so you
Well,
don't get scare
mhm.
zones.
The
All the
sound
stills
stages will be
are
closed
grounded,
depending on how
too.
bad the weather is.
Yeah, and still actors are grounded, so you don't get that effect either.
right.
Yeah, like if it rains, like when the rain is on, because that's the one good thing. Like, it's funny you said we had like one night where it was kind of hot and all this. For us, that's every event night's gonna be hot,
Every single night.
and most of them. Well, I don't know about most of them, but a lot of them will have rain for at least a little bit. But that's the thing about Florida, is that especially during that time of year, if you wait like 30 minutes, it'll probably be gone. But like Chris said, when the rain is on, the scare zones are completely emptied. But then when they come back, the stilt walkers are they're no stilts, because the ground is still going to be slick.
Mm-hmm.
So
What happened to Sammy, by the way?
I don't know.
He just,
He went into the further.
he went into the further.
Oh no.
I have the answer for the Texas Chainsaw thing. I looked it up earlier. I got it when we were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
And
It's-
Jeopardy answer says,
It was based on the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Oh.
so the
Was
remake.
it Texas Chainsaw What is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003?
Is
Ding,
it-
ding, ding.
That's the Jessica Biel one, right?
Yeah, the remake.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I thought we were
Makes
playing Jeopardy.
sense.
Dude, okay, what do you
That
guys think about
explains why
this?
in the commercial Leatherface has the updated, like the look of it is the
Mhm.
updated.
What do you guys think about this idea? This is off topic, but on topic at the same time. Let's do a Boo Bros HHN Jeopardy.
You heard
I
it
hope
here.
That would be
first.
fun.
All gonna be different. All right.
We
Wait,
can
hold
get
on.
one West
Hold on.
Coast
Wait,
guy
wait,
and one East Coast
wait,
guy
wait.
to host it.
Wait. Chris, thank you for saying that. You brought up a topic that I want to talk about. So,
Keep it
Sir
in
Henry's Haunted Trail is starting their deconstruction of their property. If you guys don't know, we put up a video. I'm pretty sure Tony will put it on the screen somewhere here, the thumbnail for it, or at least. All right,
Tony
he's not going to
says
do
no.
it.
He's not
All
gonna
right,
do
so
it.
I'm
Leave it
gonna
in
put
the
a little.
description.
I'm gonna put a little eye in the corner. I'm gonna do this. This is me doing this one. I don't know if what side it's on. So one side.
I mean,
East
listen,
side.
I edit, but I don't edit. Come on.
I get it. I'm the behind the scenes guy. Okay. So we're going to put the eye here for the video for Sir Henry's. If you guys watch that, they told us they're going to be completely different this year. Not trying to be funny about it, but everything's going to change. So we see that happening now. If you keep up with their Instagram, which Tony will write down below, he's
or Losh will.
I will write down below. I'm
It
just trying
will
to
be
make some-
in the description.
It will be in the description. They've been putting up pictures of their plywood. The other day was plywood. Today they put up
Bulldozer.
the
Yeah.
bulldozer. Yeah. So little by little, they're really going to tear it down and make it completely new, which is really relieving in a way, I guess. Because
So,
I've heard they've had the same layout for a while now. And now it's going to be something different and new.
so they're
which is
building
pretty
like a whole
exciting.
new thing from scratch.
Yeah. Well, what we were told, we can't really disclose too much of it, but it's going to be all new mazes, and there's going to be something I don't think we've ever seen done here on the East Coast, at least as
Yeah.
far as Florida.
Yeah.
If it's done, it's going to be something you're going to want to check out.
Are they trying to do like, are they a type of place that does year-round haunts?
No. So
No,
they
no,
do-
no.
They'll do seasonal haunts. Like they do a Valentine's Day haunt, which is one we went to. they do. Oh, no, that's it. Just the Valentine's Day and the Halloween one, because they do a Christmas event. But I wonder what's going to happen to that Christmas event now if they're turning everything into more of a haunt-esque thing. Are they going to turn that Christmas time like jolliness into some kind of Christmas haunt? Are they going to add maybe another seasonal haunt as well? See if they can keep adding things.
I'm down with it, honestly. I want to. That's something I want to check out too with Orlando, obviously with Busch Gardens, and I'm hoping Dark Horizon will return. But I'm always curious to see new haunts and how people approach different styles and whatnot. This Sir Henry's that you guys did for Valentine's Day looked like a ball. It seemed like everyone was having a good time. The characters seemed to appreciate you guys filming and releasing content with their haunt. So that was really cool. But I'm down. I'm game. If they're gonna do it and make it bigger, I mean that's a good thing for you guys too. It gives you more to do during Halloween, other than obviously Halloween Horror Nights is the event for you guys out there. But it gives you guys more options to check out more stuff if you guys just kind of want to try something new for a night. You have other places to check out. So
here's the thing about Florida. There's haunts all over the place. It's that you'll see one here and then the other one in BFE. It's super far. There's nothing close.
BFE?
There's nothing in close proximity. BFE.
You mean BFA?
No, it's Egypt.
I say Alley.
I'm confused.
I know what the acronym is. I just don't want to say it.
So, rear end, action of sexual motion, and Egypt.
What?
I'm going to cut that out.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
cut this out.
I'm cutting that out.
He's not cutting it out.
Cancel watch.
Cancel.
Where were we? Where can we pick back up?
I don't know. I'm going to write down my
So you were saying some haunts are near each other. So like
Far away.
Horror Nights, but then if you want to go like Scream and Stream, it was what, like almost a 40-minute drive from Universal?
It was a 40-minute drive, yeah. Like literally,
so
when I went to Scream and Stream, I left
Hollow
Epcot.
Scream. It's about what, an hour?
Yeah, about from Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, an hour away to go to Tampa. And then put it this way, if you want to go to the haunts in Tampa, so you want to go to Hollow Scream, then you want to go to
Dead Waters downtown, I think.
Undead in the Water, it's another like 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
And let's say, let's go to Sir Henry's. Sir Henry's is it's not 15, that's not that bad. It's like 15 to 20, but still, I-4 traffic, you don't know how long it's going to take you to get there.
I-4. That sounds a lot like our situation on the West Coast, a little beautiful historical freeway called the 5 Freeway.
Ooh.
That's never going to finish construction.
When you say
I was like, I-4.
Same here.
5 lanes, right?
We're going 5 lanes, and that's what the construction is, but it's just a cluster at some point. Like
if I'm not mistaken,
going into Orange County is a pain in the ass, and then going towards Los Angeles is a pain in the ass from where I live. And sadly, I'm right in the middle.
Yeah, you're like you're right
and
in the
it's like,
middle. It's
no
horrible.
matter where I go on the freeway, it's a pain in the ass. But once you get once you get into Orange County, and then once you get to a certain part in LA, like it just flows.
Yeah, I-4 is kind of the same. It goes from it's like the Daytona Beach area across the state to Tampa. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like the deadliest freeway in the country, like based on deaths per miles.
Maybe the 5 and the
Come
4
to Orlando.
that one.
But I-4 is kind of the same. It's horrible with like the Orlando area, the Disney area. And then when you get over to Tampa, it's pretty bad.
Well, that's the same thing with the
don't
5
let that
too.
Florida rain come in while you're driving on that.
Oh, dude, don't even talk to me about rain in Los Angeles. I had to do it and start a pandemic because the only bank my dad can go to was out in Pasadena. That was the only branch that was open to take out money, and it was pouring rain. My dad's like, "Can you go with me? I don't want to go alone." And I was like, "I don't want to drive in this rain, and I'm gonna end up driving." So I was driving.
It's so stressful.
No, it wasn't even that. Like I had my freaking what are they called? The windshield wipers on, and I could barely see out of the window. I was so fucking terrified. The windows kept fogging up because of the heat in the car. The water was like not stopping, and it was just like there was trucks. I was just, and then you don't want to drive fast because the roads are so slippery that I even felt at some points like me get off track, and it scared the fuck out of me. I was just so like I was like, let's just go home. I want to go home. But anyway, enough about freeway talk. But that's cool about Sir Henry's. I really think that it's going to be a great opportunity for you guys. Bigger haunts is always a good sign in the haunt community. That means more to offer for mazes too. That means they can expand to add a couple more mazes if they wanted to, or make the same amount of mazes, just make them longer than they wanted to. So either way, if you're getting at least, if they're going to be longer mazes, that's like almost 2 or 3 mazes in one. So I think that's really cool, and I'm really excited to see the coverage that we get on the channel for everyone.
Here's my 2 cents of prediction. I know West Coasters probably won't even understand what I'm saying here for this one, but we'll talk about it. So, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail used to share a plot of land with Ominous Descent.
Okay.
What do we think is going to happen to Ominous Descent? Because they've been tweeting, they've been doing everything. Are they going to get a new location? Are they going to still share that plot of land? Is it going to just disappear?
That's an East Coast question.
Well, as a West Coaster who's never been to the East Coast, I'm going to refer to my East Coast gentlemen.
Yeah. What do the Chris and Connor podcast think of this?
Oh God, the Chris and Connor podcast. We're back.
Ooh.
We got Chris and Connor podcast. We got the Mindless Horror podcast. We got 1/3 of the freaking Hornets Unscripted podcast. What do you get? You get a Boo Bro podcast.
we had East versus West a little
East versus
earlier.
West was here in the beginning.
Hold on, let me FaceTime Scott. Hold on.
Unscripted.
Yeah.
1/3 of Horror Nights Unscripted. What do you get when you bring all those podcasts together? One giant podcast.
One giant. Yep.
There was an idea.
Yeah, I mean, to be totally honest with the Ominous Descent thing, the only answer I can really give is I just don't know what's going to happen with it. Until they say something, I don't know. Like, I could see them maybe having to get a new location. Like, I know Dark Horizon's probably going to have to get a new location.
Yeah.
So these local haunts, sometimes they got to move around. Or maybe they work it out and they continue to share the plot of land. But as of now, I really don't know either way, to be honest.
Chris, opinion?
What is Tony doing?
I definitely see Ominous probably getting a new location. I don't quite think it's going to be in Tampa. Maybe a little bit closer to Orlando, but just a guess.
Well, because it does sound like Sir Henry's wants to get bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that would make Ominous Descent by association have to get smaller, right?
Yep.
Which I don't really think they'd want to do. So,
True.
yeah,
It's
I think honestly, with that in mind, I could probably lean towards them moving. I mean, if it's closer to Orlando, then great. But I kind of feel like they'd probably try to keep it in the same area, in like the Tampa area, if I had to guess.
I just find it weird because like this is the only haunt that I would think would be going dark compared like that's still on social media compared to like the other ones because Dark Horizon you don't see them on Twitter. You don't see a lot of these other haunts.
Shallow Grave ended.
You don't see any of them on social media at all, like saying anything. Ominous Descent is still out here tweeting. They're out here putting stuff on Instagram. So they're making us think, oh, something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But we see all this happening with Sir Henry's. Are they going to move or stay? It's like, it's a good, like, wager.
Well,
I'd love to see it get a
soon.
new land. Yeah. I'd love to see it get a new plot of land and go somewhere else. That way we have somewhere else to visit.
That's true.
On the...
Yeah.
I was going to say on the West Coast. Another Universal news that we got today as well. We got our look at what Walking Dead looks like now. And it's a sad reminder of what was supposed to be, and now it's a freaking just shut its doors. But obviously, if you guys know, the building next to Walking Dead was bulldozed down to rebuild for a new attraction that should be opening at Universal Studios probably when they open. That's now done. It's been done, and it's been done for about a year now. That's Secret Life of Pets. So The Walking Dead had a crashed helicopter in the middle of the two buildings.
That was awesome.
Yeah, sick. I loved it.
Which I hope they still. I almost guarantee they still have for maybe a Horror Nights prop of some sort if they ever need it. But it was also revealed that in 2019, Walking Dead was going to be shutting, or early 2020 maybe, they were going to be shutting its doors for good. But it was supposed to be returning at Horror Nights that October. From the picture we saw today, we saw a mystery machine hanging at the exit, and the facade just looked plain, like it blends in with the rest of the decor for that area and the land. So what do you guys think, man? Are we gonna get a return of Walking Dead, or is it done for good?
I think Scooby-Doo and the gang. They went,
like zoinks, yo!
went
There's like
into
zombies in there,
investigate.
man.
yeah, they went in to investigate some strange, ghoulish noises.
If they put that in front on purpose, that's just smart. That is smart marketing on Universal. Like, hey, let's have the Scooby Gang go in the Walking Dead universe.
I think
Scoobs.
I'm not a West Coast guy, so take it with a grain of salt. But my prediction would probably be that they will try to use it this year to kind of give it a send off. I think they're going to want to reuse as many assets as they possibly can for this year's event. And so if it's still like ready to go, I think they'll probably use it, and that way they can give it like a proper send off while also, being able to reuse some assets.
Who brought it up? I think it was someone in our group chat, Rob, for NOH, or someone on the Boo Bros, Bruce. I think it might have been John, to just gut it and keep that space for a maze.
Yeah, it was John.
Yeah,
I think that's what might end up happening. Like after this year, like what Connor was saying, they can use it for The Walking Dead and give it a proper like send off, and then they can keep that as a maze location. Because if you keep that Hudson Avenue, it can be the Hudson Avenue maze. You know how you guys have the Mummy queue, you guys have the Jurassic World queue.
Yeah.
That can be your Hudson Avenue maze, and it can change yearly. And it's more of an indoor maze, so you can really have a soundstage maze without having a soundstage maze.
Yeah, like really big builds and stuff.
I think actually, technically, like before it was Walking Dead and before it was like the Starbucks in that whole area, it was the House of Horrors, which was kind of built like a soundstage, right, Rob?
Yeah, that I love that walkthrough thing.
That was one of the best daytime walkthroughs we ever had.
Yeah.
And I think that, that used to be a soundstage, but they kind of gutted that and redesigned the building. So I think the Walking Dead portion, because it has a full run maze and with lights and everything, it's kind of like a soundstage, so it can boom off the echoes and everything for the proper scenes and whatnot. So I would see them potentially gutting it, and maybe one of two things can happen. They keep the space for Horror Nights exclusively, or it turns into something else, another attraction, something. I don't see maybe a ride happening, but I can see honestly, I can see them turning it into like a museum of some sorts with like props and costumes and whatnot of famous movies throughout the years. Or like if Universal's gonna drop a new movie, you get like an exclusive.
You mean like the NBC universe that I made in Rebuilding Universal?
Another Losh plug.
You only get two a show.
that was the second one.
So I don't know how big that theater is, but maybe they could add the Born Stuntacular to Hollywood.
No, it's not that big.
Or actually, hold on, because of the location it's in. Do you guys know the Sing show that they have in the other parks on?
How about
the
no more Illumination properties, period?
Hear me out. This is already an Illumination corner. If they add that Sing show there, in that exact location, it would make sense.
I just don't want
this. Instead of just putting it in a random spot, you have it right there. I understand Illumination is not the best studio,
or just save the spot for Horror Nights.
Of some amazing things. We all know how a few people in this group feel about the Minions.
Banana, Connor.
That they're garbage.
But I'm just saying, if they add this, it'll like
banana.
the children or like the younger audience, which I feel like in Hollywood isn't really touched upon as much as it is in Orlando. Because in Hollywood, you guys don't have that many like kid-friendly rides.
You know what?
To my knowledge.
On that topic, you know what terrifies me? You know what idea terrifies me? Is the idea of them. I saw a couple people on Twitter discussing how the Monsters Cafe hasn't opened in a while, and that Minions Cafe just opened up in Hollywood, and they were saying like, what if they? And I was like, nah, that wouldn't happen. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh gosh, that better not happen. If they close Monsters Cafe for Minions Cafe,
It was like a simple,
I would
like, it
lose
was like
it.
a good 5-minute look at the wall for Connor. He was like, God, that better not happen.
Like it was
I would lose it.
coming to the realization it could happen.
He's like, no,
He's
it's not going to happen.
staring
Puts
at
phone
his
down,
little
looks at the wall for
screen.
5 minutes. Just like,
That'll never happen.
Then he's just
he's on his phone, puts phone away, looks at the wall for like 5 minutes and just like, oh shit, that might happen.
Can actually happen. No, God,
mean-
no, please.
I mean, I'll be fair to the Minions Cafe. The menu looks pretty good.
Did they have like
I'll
chili
be honest.
cheese, tater tots?
Wait a minute. Did you
But
just say something positive about Minions?
Well, about the
Write
food
that
being
down.
offered
Write
there.
that down. Write that down.
The theme, crap. It's crap. It's crap.
It's crap. It's crap. It's crap.
It's crap.
I mean, I just think you know, with this whole, I mean, Losh, on a serious point, you might be onto something. They might be slowly turning that section of the park to like an illumination land. So that would be the business smart thing to do. As a fan, my fan thing is I would just hope that they would keep that as a spot for Horror Nights.
Same, yeah.
But the likely of it being more of an attraction rather than a blank spot for a year-round thing, they can find a way to make money off a full-year attraction rather than a seasonal attraction. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Shrek in Orlando. We only ever need one theater. Who cares about the second one?
Well, it's also similar to the whole debate about what we should do with the Blue Man Group soundstage.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
I can see them, honestly, if they can't find another show for it, I can see them bulldozing it and building something wholly new.
I mean, I feel like everyone wants to be like, we could use it for Horror Night space, but then think about it from their perspective. I mean, when Nick Studios was still there, it was part of like the park offering. Like,
Yeah.
You guys
You know,
have a
the little-
Despicable Me ride, don't you?
we do,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we were first.
And
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Orlando.
yeah, we're sorry about that, but
Yeah,
especially because
you took Terminator away from me.
well, dude, we lost Jimmy
Neutron.
Neutron. Jimmy Neutron's
Terminator!
Nicktoon Blast. Jimmy
Jimmy-
Neutron's Nicktoon Blast. That
I
was
never
really-
had Jimmy Neutron, so Terminator is what I'm going to argue.
You see, I can be upset about Terminator, but I actually really like Bourne, so.
Yeah, Bourne is better than Terminator.
Fucking
I'm just
get
gonna-
out.
I'm throwing it out
Leave
there.
the podcast
It's
right now.
it's a
Tony,
it's a better
you need to
show.
watch
It's
it.
a better
you
show.
have
Better show.
Arnold killing robots, a robot killing other robots. They go into
Ter-
the screen and then they come out of the screen.
Yeah.
But you're watching a movie.
You're
now
watching
I know why I lost in May's treatment.
You're watching Terminator 2.5 because you want to see what happens after Judgment Day.
I mean, obviously Terminator as a franchise is better than Jason Bourne. No question. But
That
this
could be
show
debatable.
has.
The first two are good. The third one sucked. Salvation was good. And then they just realized they
Hey,
busted
man.
a fucking.
Genesis was the best Terminator movie I've ever seen.
I did enjoy
What was
Genesis.
Genesis?
Genesis was pretty good.
But
Came out in, like,
Jason
2016.
Jason Bourne as a show, like take the IP out of it, it's a better action show than Terminator.
Yeah.
I'll say
To me,
this.
put it this way. Before I went in to watch Bourne the first time, I've never seen a Jason Bourne movie.
I'll
and
say
I
this:
I ended
Terminator's
up really liking the show.
timeline, as far as the film goes, are just as bad as the X-Men timeline. You just don't know where they're going. It was like 1, 2, 3, Salvation. They're like, okay, that's a set of movies right there. And then they did Genesis, which rebooted 1
Everything.
and 2. And then they did freaking Dark Fate, where it's just like, we're gonna do a Halloween 2018 where we forget about everything else, we go straight from 2, and this is what happens. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's happening?
I was gonna say it's like reminds me of the Halloween franchise.
That's what I call it these days. If anyone's gonna do that in a movie, you're just gonna do a Halloween 2018. You're just gonna
So
scrap.
basically, what's
It's just
happening with
Halloween it.
Scream?
You just Halloween it. Yeah, with
They're Halloweening
with
it.
Scream doing that though? Are they scrapping one?
Well, I don't know if they're because I know it's going to be a sequel, but are they ignoring the fourth film?
No, I don't think. I think they're all they're
Yeah.
all there. Like all the films
It's
exist.
all-
I was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
Okay.
maybe Scream 5 taking a new Nightmare approach with that film, but then if you really think about it, the entire franchise is kind of already doing that
I would like Sydney to
Yeah.
be the killer.
because they already have
That'd
a
be
series
cool.
of
That would
stab
be
movies.
sweet.
And- oh,
She
dude,
just-
no.
She just loses it and
No,
just starts
Rob.
killing people.
We want
No.
the fucking
what
the
I just-
one we
what I-
talked
what-
about on Horror Icon mashup. We're freaking.
What I
Yeah,
just
okay,
realized, right?
okay.
When Rob got here, he said he was only here for the movie talk. Look where we're at right now.
Listen, listen. Where the fuck is Sammy?
Yeah, where did Sammy go? Is he good?
That door.
Sammy got put through a table and then he like slipped under the ring and he's hiding out.
He's waiting for his spot and then he's gonna come out with a chair.
But what were we talking about? We were talking
About movies. We're talking about movies.
Scream.
Yeah,
Yeah, me and Rob, when we did
On
our
the
episode of
Fence
Horror
movie
Icon
review, go
mashup,
check it out.
for those who don't watch our channel, me and Rob did a Horror Icon mashup of Jigsaw Killer versus Ghostface Killer, and I came up with a scenario. How about Sydney becomes Jigsaw Killer? She brings all the... This is if the killers were all still alive. Bring them all back for a Jigsaw game, and they all have to play the games of Jigsaw. And at the end, Billy Loomis is the last one to be alive, and she ends up freaking destroying him. Game over, shuts the thing, and he ends up dying. Like, that would be a fucking dope crossover right there. My rant's
That
We
would
all
be.
go a little mad sometimes.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Surprise!
It's corn syrup.
The scary movie. Surprise!
All right.
But other good news in California on top of Walking Dead. Starting as of Monday. Okay, well Saturday, last Saturday as of this recording, or tomorrow for us, last Saturday for you, everyone else. Theme parks and movie theaters have given the okay to start opening as of Saturday, March 13th, 2021. More news came in today that as of Monday, which is the 15th, I believe.
Yes.
Monday, March 15th, 2021. Restaurants can do now indoor dining at 25%. As well as outdoor dining as well. And I know Universal and Disney have already made announcements that after Monday, they're going to start letting reservations go in for a lot of the restaurants for indoor dining. Another good news on the East Coast for anyone who lives near, in the East Coast, West Coast. Anyone who lives near a Harkins in California, they're going to start opening May 17th. Movie theaters. So as far as AMC and Regal go, I have not heard any words yet. But Harkins, me and my buddy got an email from Harkins today saying that they're going to start opening their California locations as of May 17th. March 17th. So that is very good news. It looks like we're stepping forward more in California. I can personally say that I'm more excited about movie theaters opening than theme parks.
I can respect that.
I just love the movie
You're a
theaters.
big theater guy. What's gonna be your first theater movie?
I'm hoping it's
Despicable
Godzilla
Me.
vs. Kong.
Oh,
And I think that's an excellent way to come back right there with two giant
wait.
icons fighting each other.
I don't think I'll see it in. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see it in theaters, but
You got HBO Max.
I cannot wait for that movie. Like, oh my gosh, I love
The best
monster
part
movie.
is now I can go see it in theaters, and if I liked it, I can go home and just watch it on HBO Max the very same night.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. We got Snyder Cut coming out. I'm excited for that. Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming out next week. I'm excited.
Yeah,
for
next
that.
week. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so pumped.
and isn't there like 4 MCU movies coming out this year?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Or
There's shows.
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow, The Eternals,
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
And
and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I
wait a
forgot
minute,
all
who
about, I
cares
forgot all
about
about
any of
Shang-Chi.
those except Spider-Man?
Shang-Chi
Me.
looks to be fun.
Yeah, that Shang-Chi one, that looks kind of interesting. I don't know too much about it, but just based off of the stuff I've heard, it sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious because Shang-Chi does a lot of work with Iron Fist in the
Yeah,
comics.
and we all know how that went.
Hey, you leave that show alone.
Come on, man.
All those shows.
Yeah,
Hold on.
well,
I have one more theme park topic. I'll let you finish. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, we're not wrapping this up, dude. We're still going.
Oh, no.
I was
I'm just saying I have another theme park topic as well.
No, all I was gonna say is Daredevil's probably one of the greatest. The Netflix Daredevil's probably one of the greatest shows
Oh.
ever.
What about Punisher, dude? Punisher was equally, if
Punish,
not better.
I don't think it's bet. Well, see, I like Punisher's a little over the top. I still like it, but I like I like Daredevil's the camera work as far as like the hand-to-hand combat scenes and the fighting. Like I feel it's more clean and technically sound, as opposed to Punisher's just like punching dudes in the face. And I love them both, but I am more into like the technical fighting side of it, which is why I really like John Wick and movies like that, because there's an art to what they're doing.
John Wick shoots people half the movie.
Right, but you see like all the way he moves is very like it's like a dance. It's very choreographed and I like that.
By the way, before Losh, we get to that thing, one last thing I want to talk about. Who else thought that John Wick was going to get worse as they went on, but it ended up shocking everyone and getting better as they went on?
Not me.
I honestly was like, oh, okay, John Wick 1 was so good. How can you top John Wick 2? And then they topped John Wick 2. I was like, how the fuck do you top that? And then they topped it again, and now they're going to make a fourth film. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to top 3? Because 3 had the biggest kill count I've ever seen in any movie ever.
Well,
I take that back. Kill Bill Volume 1 has the biggest kill count I've seen ever.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to talk about fight scenes, we all know that the best fight scene in cinematic history is in They Live.
Yes! I was just going to say that was the same exact, the 15-minute fight scene.
That 15-minute fight scene.
Incredible.
That was actually until another movie came out, that was the longest fight scene in a film for the longest.
That also needs to be a Halloween Horror Nights house.
I agree.
Honestly,
I
100%.
actually think as a
think it would be
sci-fi
great.
film, that would make a great house.
It would be great. I love sci-fi.
Let's just do a whole year of just Carpenter.
Fun fact, that was going to be my finals matchup for Maze Treatments if I made it.
Plug.
Plug for Tony. Go check out Maze Treatment
Season 2, July 2nd,
It's going to be coming out
2021.
July 2nd, 2020.
My sister's birthday.
I like
sister's birthday.
just because you say Carpenter, I feel like Vampires is probably one of my favorite movies.
Oh, I enjoy this shit.
I love vampires.
I would love, and this is kind of like not really horror, but if Murdy and the Orlando team can come up with something with this, it'd be fucking awesome. Escape from New York.
That would be really cool.
It's not really horror; it's more of an action. But like just having Kurt Russell as that's the reason why there's a fucking game called Metal Gear Solid, because of Kurt Russell's
Snake.
character in fucking Escape from New York. That is literally a split image of why there is a Metal Gear Solid game. Losh,
Maybe even the
what
Scare
were you
Zone.
gonna say about the parks?
Oh, so it's actually West Coast news. The news about Queen Mary's Dark Harbor.
You talking about the Queen Mary overall?
Yeah.
Queen Mary
Oh, yeah.
is selling the boat. It is under. This is not the first time it's happened with Queen Mary, from what I've heard, and I've also heard the boat needs at least $100 million in repairs too.
So
I was gonna
with that being
offer
said-
to buy the boat, but now that you said that part,
With that being said, please check out the GoFundMe link in the description. We're trying to buy the boat.
We're trying to buy the boat, the Boo Bros.
Yeah,
we're trying to buy the
it.
boat so we can put on the
Boo
Boo Bros
Bros.
present.
Yeah.
The Booze Bro. Boo Bro. The Boo Boat. We're trying to buy a haunted boat so we can have a lockdown one night and invite everyone out to stay on the boat so we can go ghost hunting.
Bros
It's just the Boo Boat.
There you
It's
go.
the Boo Boat.
The Boo Boat.
The Boo Boat.
Boo Boat.
Boo
We're going to be
HQ.
changing the name from the Queen Mary to the Boo Boat. People are going to be very pissed off at us because it is a historical landmark. But we own it. So
We're
Yeah.
changing history.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Yeah, we're making.
and now
history.
Dark
We're not
Harbor's going to
changing
be
it.
called. It's not going to be called
Making
Queen Mary's
history.
Dark Harbor. It's going to be Boo Bro presents Dark Harbor.
I'm up for it.
But we're still going to let. We're not going to interfere.
We're gonna-
other
we're
than the
gonna
name,
keep
we're
the
not going to
captain.
interfere with the event. We're going to let them do all the creative
Everything-
freedom they want.
Yeah, even the storylines are going to be the same. The ship's still going to be haunted. Everything's going to be great. It's going to be great.
The only thing that's going to be changing is the names. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Everything else, like Dark Harbor, whoever runs
Every-
it has all the creative freedom to do whatever they want. No
The
budget,
ma-
have
blank
our
check.
logo slapped everywhere.
The mazes are just going to be named after Boo
On
Bros.
the cups, on the shirts, on the stickers, on the side of the
or-
ship. There's going to be
It's
a projection.
gonna have a super tiny like Dark Harbor logo, and on the back it's just gonna be a giant Boo
Boo
Bro
Bros
logo.
logo. It's gonna be one side is all the icons of Dark Harbor, and the back a giant Boo Bro logo. Marketing at its finest, man.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's interesting to see that I mean, obviously we know why the boat is obviously not making money at the moment because of COVID. and they were like that for a year. They also had a big plan to kind of make, in a way, their own version of Downtown Disney in front of the boat, which was going to have restaurants and stores for people to, while they're visiting the Queen Mary, to visit. I don't know if those plans are still in effect to happen, but I don't think, actually, with the boat being sold, I don't think they're going to happen at all right now, or they're put on hold until someone else buys the boat. All I know is there's a lot of stuff that needs to be repaired on the boat. It's not a cheap thing to buy. You got to pay for the boat and then see, because you got to imagine that boat's just been sitting on water for over freaking near 80 years.
Mhm.
So it's just been kind of sitting there, and the metal gets rotten, rusted, eventually starts breaking. So there's a lot that needs to be done with it, and I hope they can try to keep up with it the best that they can. I mean, that boat specifically to me means a lot to me. My grandfather, who served in World War II, great-grandfather, actually came back on that boat
Wow.
during World War II when he was coming back from Germany. So to me, I've always had a special connection to that boat. It's just always been something that when I go to Long Beach, even if I'm seeing it from afar, it's just something fun to look at. And yeah, so I hope whoever buys it, or if Long Beach themselves decide to buy it, or if anything, whoever buys it, just take care of it and keep Dark Harbor alive, please, because I know a lot of people who work at that event, a lot of very talented people, and I would love to see them return.
Amen.
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 Brother. Peach, my brew brother.
I guess that's pretty much. You got anything else, Losh? I mean, I guess we covered just about everything we wanted to cover within our hour span, huh?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of topics in there. Anybody want to throw anything in? Want to plug anything in a
This
nice
is where
way?
Sammy jumps into the podcast right now out of nowhere.
He just starts cutting a promo right now.
Cutting a promo on TLEV. That's what I'm waiting for.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys got to get a glimpse of it before it was gone, but we had him dress up in a suit like Paul Heyman for Try Not to Get Scared, and it might be returning again. And I'm excited because now Rob's going to be involved with promos this year, so I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Oh man,
This is gonna be bent, man. It's
Rob's
bent.
like, what? I didn't sign up for this. Is
Jelly
that in the contract?
Jelly.
It's the TLEV, and this is our Kermit the Frog here, and
Kermit the Frog. This is TLEV.
This is just
It's
turning
really
into
easy.
one of those weird outros.
It's gonna be like.
Thank you for
TV.
watching. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to Boo Bros.
TV.
Ah!
You
That was
want
more Pee Wee
some?
Herman than anything else.
Come get some.
this is a stock exchange. There's no money here.
Then why are you people here?
With that being said, I'm your host, Anthony.
I'm
My
your other
co-host,
host, Adrian from Losh
Adrian
TV.
from Losh TV. Today we had Mr. Chris from the channel ZombieChris.
Check
Chris
is in the
Zombie.
mail, right?
Check is in the
No.
mail. If you take
We burned it.
home good blankets that I sewed for you.
The check is coming from Ashley Furniture.
He's not happy.
I'm just gonna
We
do
have-
Conor
we have-
McGregor.
We have Connor.
Ah,
Speaking of Conor McGregor,
come on,
Connor
no
from
McGregor.
ConnerFL.
Yep, that's me. But don't compare me to Conor McGregor.
No,
Please
we
don't.
have the
Connor.
GOAT
You're. I think
Okay,
you're
the
way better
cookie
Connor than he
connoisseur
is.
coming soon.
Yes, thank you.
Ooh. Yo, no joke.
Hold
Connor
on, hold on.
review cookies on Boo Bros.
That's my whole thing.
Rob was ready to do something. He had his face.
Oh, sorry, Rob.
Oh,
And in the bottom corner, we have from the Howling Hour, Raw.
Extra.
And remember, justice.
And then we have Sammy, who wasn't here.
And then there's Sammy.
Sammy.
and
Sammy.
Eddie was
Sammy's
here.
not there.
Eddie was
Sammy
here.
got killed by a paranormal activity ghost.
Yeah, something that opened that door came in.
I think I know who it was. Because I'm
Who?
getting a pretty weird feed on my
Oh no!
on
This is about to turn into host.
on my
Wait for it.
thing.
Wait for it.
Hold
Wait
on.
for it. Wait for it. You guys wait for
Nah, I
it.
think I'm good. I think
Okay.
everything's good.
Okay,
I
we're
think
good.
I think.
Oh, here.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Oh shoot!
Hold on. This is to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming.
What?
Wait, what is happening?
Give him a second.
I'm. Oh,
There he
what
is.
the freak? What the freak?
Let's see.
I
Oh,
thought this might happen. I was gonna warn you guys, but didn't want to say if it was gonna
What
happen
happened?
or not. Well, Anthony.
Oh God!
Whoa.
What?
Bro, the
Whoa.
Fiend's, is that the Fiend's brother?
Whoa, Brothers of Destruction.
The in between?
What?
Freaky.
Do I got a tag team partner? Does the Fiend have a tag team
What?
partner for the Try Not to Get Scared challenge?
oh,
The Duos of Horror?
that was weird.
This is awkward.
We
Is that gonna be the Fiend's partner? Is that the duos of fear?
I don't know. That was weird. That was weird. That felt weird. It was like something that just like came through my body. Ah.
That's what she said.
oh my.
And with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into the Boo Bros podcast. This was episode 3. Stay tuned for episode 4. Stay spooky, everybody.